Bam! We were all hit by weird news last night. Anders Kolsefny re-recorded and released Made, Feed, Kill, Repeat with some band. Weird. Okay, crazy. Fine. So I saw that just before I went to bed last night, and I clicked the link, and it was a full album stream up on YouTube, and I skimmed through it, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I went to bed. And then I got up this morning with the intention of making this video, and to my dismay, that video on YouTube, the full album stream, is no longer there. But it is on Spotify, so I'll be using that instead. But I did go ahead and pull up the original Made, Feed, Kill, Repeat on on YouTube right here. So I think I'll start by listening through this one and sort of refreshing my memory. I don't think I need that much of a refreshment, honestly, because when I discovered Made, Feed, Kill, Repeat was in 2005, and after Volume 3, so this was a year after Volume 3, I was sort of getting out of my Slipknot hype because Volume 3 wasn't my favorite album by them. And, I was getting into other bands. But then, something happened and I discovered Made, Feed, Kill, Repeat. And I got my friend to burn me a CD with the album on it. And it was like the best thing I'd ever heard. From Slipknot, certainly. And it was that yes moment of, yeah, finally I get to show my cool musician friends that Slipknot has talented members. There's crazy bass lines, crazy guitars, solos, good vocals, good drumming. The drumming was a little bit more restrained than on, or a lot more restrained actually, than on, say, the first self-titled album, but still, great drumming, tasteful. So all in all, a really fun, good, great experience for me to have this album as a 17-year-old. But and since then, it's held its place in my heart as a bit of a novelty piece. I don't go back and listen to it a lot, except one track I really do love on this album. For all it's worth, is Some Feel. I think that's I was just thinking of Some Feel the other day. During this week, I was outside in the yard doing some yard work, and for some reason I was thinking of one part in Some Feel and about the lyrics there, and I was thinking, man, that's a cool song. And now this happened. So, okay, let's take a little reminder course on Made, Feed, Kill, Repeat. So it starts off like this. Really cool. I like how it really genuinely takes the time to set up this heavy metal and creepy atmosphere without, turning it into Insane Clown Posse with distorted circus xylophones and bullshit like that. I really like the Power Tool soundscape. And then when the bass eventually comes in and starts playing that riff, bam 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 bam, with a power chord in the bass. That's a really cool way to introduce the intro. Am I imagining things? Because that was the bass and the drums. I do think that the bass comes in alone at first. Yeah. Then he goes into, what the hell is just sick? It's sick but slower and cooler with a shred solo. Oh yeah, and this song, what's this called actually? Oh, it's just called Slipknot. What? I never actually thought of this song being called Slipknot. I was just thought of it as sick, even on the Make Feed Kill Repeat version. This has, of course, a lot of similarities to Sick, but this actually is better because this has that wonderful melodic part. It has such actually fucking. Are you kidding me? This is great. And then this part is great. I remember this is actually one of the first things that I started messing around with on an electric guitar when I was figuring out like octaves, how to jam with octaves. Very much in the vein of Jim Rood, and this is the thing that I'd play all the time. Wonderful, and then it has a really cool riff here as well. This one, Metallica. Oh yeah, this album is actually freaking great. I was thinking back of it just now when I started the video. I was like, yeah, it's fun, I guess, because, you know, my mind instantly went to like the goofy moments like Bitch Slap and stuff and the rap parts, but this is actually a very good album as well. Gently. Yeah, it's cool, it's fine. I was never really a fan of the drums here. I feel like they're a little dumb. He could have maybe played something more, you know, I don't know, just more tasteful, something better suited, something more professional sounding. That boom 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 boom. I mean, he was a kid, so what do we know as kids? Still, I mean, a fucking great drummer back then already. Arguably the best. Or at his peak around the self-titled, and then it just sort of like. Oh yeah, I don't think we'll need more of a refresher. All you probably know this album by heart, and and you can at any time, if you're interested, go listen to this album here. So let's just jump into the new one, okay? But actually, before we do that, when I typed in Make Feed Kill Repeat Anders to find that now gone video stream of the new album, I came across this. So let's peep this, shall we? It says, Anders Kosefny, Gently Live, Sydney 2023. Dude in a mask. I presume dude in a mask. Anders in his OG tape. Looking pretty good. So let's see what the heck is going on here. I presume then that this is the band that is behind the re-release of MFKR, but maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. But let's check this out. What the heck do we have here? But anyway, enough preamble about the reaction. 20 minutes into the video, haven't even started yet. But here we go. Let's put on Make, Feed, Kill, Repeat from Hitta Mer. I don't know what it is in Swedish, but why not? Let's go. So first track on the re-release, Chaosis. Chaosis. It was probably Chaosis that we just saw on stage with him. Okay. All right, so now this time around we get the all of the the industrial screechy sounds without the bah, just like open power chord C, drop C drone of the guitars there. Bare, sounds bare in comparison, but cool. Okay. I could have gone for a longer intro, make it build up a little. Now the song started 15 seconds in. And mind, in the original, we get, I want to say a good 2 minutes before bam 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 kicks in, and the intro industrial shit cuts out. And mind, we get a slow repeat of the theme, bam 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 bam, before the bum bum, before the song actually starts. So it's a really long build up. Whereas here it just sort of hard cut to industrial noise and hard cut out of industrial noise. Abrupt. Dare I say abrupt? Not necessarily a bad thing. It's just different. My ears have detected something. My ears have detected not actual drumming. Okay, based on just this alone, I'm fairly certain that these are programmed drums. If this is the case, that's a severe bummer. Hang on. Yeah, no one plays a fill like that. There's these. I mean, okay, so a little bit of a tangent possibly here, but okay, so we live in a time of great drummers like myself. No, we live in a time of, even when drums are played by an actual drummer in the studio, they're probably fixed to shit in production to make everything snap to a grid real nice. Okay, Lucy Poosey. We have a cat, her name's Lucy, and we call her Lucy Poosey, and it's a little bit gross, but, you know. Anyway, so a lot of times you listen to a metal release, and all the 16th notes are perfectly on grid and stuff, and you just know in the back of your head that it's maybe probably fixed, unless you're listening to Despised Icon, because Alex Grind is an insane monster. And he actually plays What Do You Hear on the album. But still, you can hear the human element of it. Even though all the drum sounds you might hear, they might all be replaced by samples even, but still, you just know that there's a drummer guy behind the root of what you're hearing there. But here, instantly you hear that the snares are a little, they're too precise. I mean, everything here is too precise drum wise, and then there's these tiny bits in the arrangements of playing a note here or there, like in a fill, in a fast one like that. Unless you're like genius, unless you're someone like, I don't know, like I don't even know, say Mike Mangini, who consciously here would go out of his way to play a fill in a really unconventional sticking way, for the sake of this play in that, like, then yeah, he could do it, but no one else would play a fill like that. It was some like some weird kick snare, like no one does that. Anyway, okay, so we've established that this is now programmed drums, which is a huge bummer, because I'd imagine, first off, they had a drummer on stage with them there. And second, I mean, this album is worldwide. I'm in Finland. All my friends here are Finnish, and we all love this album. There's so much demand, I bet, would have been so much demand for a drummer wanting to record the drums for this album. But anyway, let's keep on going, see where we end up. This weird fill. Okay, yeah, it's still, okay. Pinch harmonics instead of the C sharp. Bam bam, at least the original is in C. Dun 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 dun, C sharp, C. I like that better than the little warbly pinch harmonics here. chunky. It's good. It's good and chunky. I like the you know, albeit programmed drums. I at least like the samples that they chose for the drums. It sounds they're crisp and nice, and the guitar is really tight. Boom boom ba da ba da boom boom ba da boom. There is samples going on in the background. I think nonstop, which sort of again, if we go back to the original one here, I like the juxtaposition of the intro. Droning guitar, industrial noises, and then they completely cut out. And you're left with just the band, just the music. And here it's just sort of droning on in the background with the woo! Makes it not so much of a, you know, clean stab through with the sound, and more just of like someone like shoving all the music, and the band here is just like slowly shoving it towards you like this, instead of just like wham, hitting you with it. But okay, vocals started, let's check it out. Why no? Like, come on, if you program the drums, who programmed the drums? Maybe the drummer for the Chaotis? I don't know. What program a fucking crash there, dude? You're going from the intro to the verse. What? Hi-hat, 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 hi-hat. No? When are you gonna hit a crash? Boom, north suck! Boom, north suck! So his bellowing vocals sound a lot like they used to. Almost identical. You know, the vocals could have been louder in the mix. Come on, we're here for Anders, right? But then it goes into the clean part, na, na, and it sounds like this. Either that's someone else, or then time has taken its toll on him being able to go open, because it sounds really strained. It sounds like someone's going, and not even like that, just like going, because now I was pushing what's it called, like false chord, like gravel through my chest into my throat to like that. But this sounded like someone going just full head, throat, like that. Whereas in the original, it sounded like this. Great sound. Maybe that's someone else then. If that's not Anders, and then this is Anders. It sounds completely different. So I don't know, maybe it's just him and his voice has just changed. It's been 30 fucking years, so I mean, it's fine, but still, this is a really cool sound actually. Yeah, cool. Anyway. Cool. Was that a sample of like a sound of like a zing? Like, what the fuck's it called? Not unearthing, but unholstering a knife or a sword or something? Cool. I don't remember the lyrics. All that sucks, guys. I love true to the original bass arrangement. The playing it like a power chord hangover in a bass, so we're partly actually up here. Or then we're on the 5th fret of the D string and taking a power chord from there, 5th fret and the 7th fret on the A string. Do we get this? Yeah, we do. Solo. Close to the original, follows the notes closely enough. Good feel, good touch, good vibrato. That's missing from the original one. Wait, what's that? That chime. Oh, but this riff. What the fuck's going on in the background? It's like we got this constant just noise in the background. It's fine for like for a section or two, but when it's just like constant noise in the background. What's this, like crowd cheers? That was a detriment, because this a detriment to the song, because this part is already very busy. We've come from a busy solo to a very dense, layered, epic part with percussion and stuff happening, and then we go into, alright, our ears are getting tired now. So what we need is this part. Right, no frills, just drums and those beautiful harmonized guitars. That's all we need. Not the weird stuff going on in the background. Our ears need a break. Still, again, a lot of noise in the background. Sorry to say, this would have been a lot more effective if it was treated like this. Just let that crunch of the guitar just like boom, boom. Let those palm mutes just really swell. And let those beautiful vocals come through. There's some bullshit going on in the background again here. What the fuck was that fill? I mean, in the original, it's a tom fill. Snare tom. But these were like 30-second notes. Ridiculous. Check out the speed of this playing on the drums. great example of why using programmed drums sucks compared to a real drummer. Because check this out. At the end here, Joey goes really off the rails. And okay, so we have one little section here, and the programmed drums is able to follow the first part of it, but then they can't program what he does next. Check this out. So, this is in time with the song, but then he just goes into like free time. Bam 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 bam. Right? Sounds great. Sounds fuck you. And check this out. Maybe they just have to program it in like lazy triplets. And it's what? First impressions after the first track. Programmed drums, not good. Boring, bad. Makes for bad sonics, bad arrangements, yada yada. It's like, come on. We live in the age where people very much frown upon AI art, AI this and that. I mean, at least, I dare I say, at least with AI, you could probably smooth out the kinks here in the playing instead of someone going grid, 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 just making it not even sound, whatever. So that's a no-no, but not ultimately overly distracting to the music. Otherwise, a faithful rendition. Vocals sound great. All the parts of the song were identical to the original, so nothing has changed arrangement-wise, except for added layering of a lot of sampling, near constant samples in the background, which is cool. I mean, that's someone's vision, and I can never shit on anyone's vision. But it gets sonically a little, not confusing, but a little, it loses power when it's like constant just noise in the background, but it doesn't hang around it doesn't hang around for long enough at a time for you to actually like hone in on it and like get, oh, that's what's happening. But yeah, every cat is going nuts now. All 4 cats are going nuts. They all love this album. Anyway, let's go on to Gently. My cats are not fucking being gently right now. What is this? Rain? Am I crazy? But I actually... Okay, either someone's a beast guitarist here. Beast to the point of being able to play so effortlessly that it sounds like they're just like looking at the instrument and tones come out, or dare I say, or then this is a programmed guitar track. This clean part here. It sounds uncanny. It sounds eerily clean. Just the timing of it, and then every note comes out perfectly. I don't know, because I've never played this part, so maybe I'm just assuming that it would sound a certain way. But it's probably, hey, Chaos probably has a great guitarist. I mean, if it was them that we saw on stage just now, great stuff. So yeah, I'm not gonna just knock it just yet, but oh yeah. Okay, and I guess then now that the second guitar comes in, if it was programmed, if both of them were programmed, then they would overlap identically time-wise in the grid. But here there's a slight, they're not completely in sync with each other, so that speaks for it being 2 actual people recording guitar, or 1 person recording 2 guitar tracks and then just layering them on top of each other, and they're not millisecondly in sync with each other, so that's good. That reverse cymbal is cheesy. Okay, I already talked about the original drum part here on the original album and how I wasn't a fan of it, and here it just sounds ridiculous. This sounds ridiculous. The drums here just leave them out altogether, or program in something slower, something that doesn't make it sound like you're listening to a fucking Casio synth from 1982. Velocity of at which everything is presented, both the guitar, ba 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 ba. It's also very clean and like, again, if we look at this from a programming standpoint, if I was in Ableton right now, it sounds like every note is programmed at 100 velocity, right? Ba 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 ba. But I mean, not even mentioning the drums, which are all at the same velocity. Ding 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 ding. It makes it sound very rushed. And this intro has the semblance, and I believe it has the intent of being beautiful and calm and contemplative, if that's a word. But instead, it just sounds rushed. It just sounds like, come on, like, come on, let's move on, keep it moving. Again, a lot of sample stuff going on in the background. I think that we have now the whoosh of a rain, but also some woo haunted house noises. Hey, let's see how the program drums handle these fills, because, okay, actually let me just not show them by playing on my legs and floor. Let's instead listen to them. These fills. So what we have is we have these 4/2 tom 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 kick kick tom 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 kick kick, but they're played in a really creative and tasteful succession, so it makes them sound, you know, they have a nice little rhythm to them. Okay, so they were just like, they were all of those, I don't know, most of them which were played on the toms are just straight up programmed to be kicks here. Fine. What happened here? This part is supposed to be powerful because the guitars come in at full distortion. It's supposed to like explode, but the guitars are relatively low in the mix compared to the haunted house going on in the background, so it doesn't even really come through that clearly. Where are the guitars? So the drums are really loud. Snare rolls. I mean, it's extra bad because the drums are so loud in the mix. This would sort itself out a little if the guitars were way louder so that the drums weren't that clear, but as it stands, it sounds like... with this track as well. It looks like they're going along the or that they haven't changed the arrangements of the songs at all, which is cool. But yeah. Why are the two things need to happen in this mix? The guitars need to be louder, the drums need to be quieter. Well, or just the guitars need to be louder, the vocals need to be louder. The samples can then be a bit more buried beneath the guitars and the vocals that are turned down. It's fine. And the drums are already loud as heck, so they can just stay where they are. But just raising the guitars, raising the vocals would do wonders for this mix. Because now it just sounds like, doesn't even sound really like metal music. Sounds like a soundscape vision, which is fine again, but see how the fucking AI handles this. Handles it well. How about these solid quarter notes? Great. This part's fucking great. Chunky. Ooh, that's it. Ooh. Where the fuck are the vocals? That was supposed to be in my face. Now it's somewhere in another room. Anders, where are you? You here? Anders, why'd you leave? Anders! He left. What is that clown synth? Okay, well, that like buzz saw lead from not buzz saw, but like a synth saw lead from what the fuck was that? Anyway, like, why not just turn up the guitars, turn up the vocals, get rid of all that excessive shit? Anyway, now I think this is okay. Hang on, how are they gonna do this one? Well, it's not free time, but it's yeah. I'm sort of dreading going into Do Nothing / Bitch Slap because I fear that the like that part, this intro is gonna be just drenched in like some weird samples. But hey, here we go. What? Yeah, what the fuck? Booty booty ba booty booty ba. What? bead of dread is rolling up my spine. Is this bass also programmed? How would you even play that? Okay, I could go down and grab my bass and bring it up and show you right here on camera how to play this. I hear it's the slap and the pop. Right? What the fuck is this supposed to be? Well, it sounds like someone's doing this. But no one plays bass like that. What? I don't hear the sound of a pick, and I don't hear the sound of a. I sort of hear the sound of the slap, boom, 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 but I don't hear the sound of the pop, boom, bap, boom, bap. So it's definitely not slap pop, boom, bap, bap, boom, bap, like in the original, like a normal human being would play it. So that makes me think that this is not real bass. Bummer, huge bummer. What the frick? Also, there is a bunch of samples going on. What? Well, that part's true to the original. And I'm not saying that, okay, in order for this to be a good re-release, re-recording, it needs to sound exactly like the original one, because what's the point? Hey, go ahead and reinvent your stuff all you want. Even, I'm certain that you can improve on what you created 30 years ago without a sweat. I mean, I look at a demo of some song that I recorded 2 months ago, and I thought that was really good, and I go back to it 2 months later, and I'm like, wait, I can do this better, I can do this better, I can add this, I can take this out. That's how you sometimes make music, or a lot of the times make music. But here's just sound like, the things that they really felt like was missing from the songs was a bunch of fucking samples. Just this constant nonsensical barrage of just bullshit going on. I think I'm gonna start skipping. Okay, I'm really dreading now. What is that cringe part gonna be like? Yeah, boom, boom. That's so friggin' cringe in the original already. I'm dreading what it will be like now. How do they handle this? Someone really got a lot of mileage out of that reversed cymbal. Come on, y'all. It was worse. It sounded like leading into this part sounds like me trying to make fun of it in the worst way. Ow! Oh! Come on, y'all. What the fuck? No. Ow! Come on. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. What the This is awful. Come on, that unconvincing yet convictional at the same time.
Come on, y'all.
No, oh my god. Can this be my ringtone?
Come on, y'all.
No! No! Ah! Welcome to 1995! Ah! Ah! The cringe is too strong. Also, now, okay, Anders, you're a drummer. I dare say that you had some hand in the way that the drums were programmed in this fucking thing, okay? What is this drum beat? Is this like Baby's first funk pattern? They get like a slap pattern, boom, ba-dap, boom, ba-dam, boom, boom, ba-dap in the bass, and they're like, okay, I can't do this on the drums. What do you typically play under a funk slap bass? I think this, boom, ba-bap, boom, ba-bap. No, the snare is still on the 3, or the 2 and the 4. What? You don't reinvent the wheel for this? What is this? It works, but it sucks. Oh well, okay. There was a thought there, because now we go into the regular drum groove here. So okay, fine. Yeah, leading into that. Okay, good. I'm fine with that now. I mean, essentially, come on, y'all. This is pretty much note for note what's going on in the original version. So we can't sit here and honestly say that, oh yeah, the original is great, but this one sucks, because this is just like identical reproduction of that original one. So either we say both are terrible and cringy, or both are great. Let's see now. We get the bass solo now. This will be a make it or break it moment, if this is program based or not. My ears are active. Okay, all the notes were there. All the notes were correct. But you know, it might just be that the bass tone is so compressed to shit, and yeah, that there's such like limiting in there that because you don't hear any of the pops. Those are all supposed to like pop, right? Bang, bang. You're supposed to hear that, like that very trebly sound of the string popping, right? But you don't. But is it just really muddy production, tone, compression? I mean that last run, it sounds way too even, velocity wise to be played by a human being, because they're hammer-ons, right? But instead here it sounds like every note is like hammered. No one does that. But also, it sounds like someone's playing it with like a pick, playing the solo like this. Like picking the notes instead, in which case that would make sense. But that last run, it doesn't. It sounds neither picked nor slapped and pulled hammer on. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass here, but my suspicions have now been raised, and therefore I'm now treating the bass solo here with high skepticism, as if to is it actually played or just programmed. Yeah, it sounds straight up sample. Sounds played like this, on a keyboard. All right, well, that track's not going to get any better than this.
Come on, y'all.
Oh, ah. All right, you say that again. Okay. Only one. Think of a reminder of how just what that sounded like on the original. I mean, it sounds like a white man rapping in the mid '90s. What it sounds like for sure, but
Still, I get about the facts of the cracks.
it's actually great. He sounds exactly like Fun Loving Criminals. I love Fun Loving Criminals. One of my favorite bands. He sounds like Huey, 100% here. It's uncanny.
Still, I get no thanks. They say to me no disrespect, but this is in effect. I take the heart to part. I play every day. Unimportant something. Stupid is another. Keep playing your mouth, but don't call me.
I love this. You get like 3 bars or 1.5 bar of good funk guitar, and then it's gone, never to be seen again. Just enough to be like this. So how did they handle it? Well, I mean, there's that sample hell going on in the background again, but I understand the sentiment this time around because it sounds like one of those distorted, like really early '90s hip hop, like Dre type of, the pitch type of shit that he used a lot. That was prevalent in the hip hop production at that time. It just sounds distorted and like Slipknotified. So it's fine. It's fine in the context of this. It's fine. There's a tiny little baby semblance of a funk guitar going on in there, but nothing as good as the original. Now I'm just so fed up with that fucking nonstop booga 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 booga, just caveman AI, or not even AI, just programmed drums, just like beating me over the face all the time because they're so fucking loud, so even, so boring, and I know that there's no one playing that, so it just annoys me. It sounds like a computer program is getting in the way of the music. Sounds like the fucking Windows calculator is just like in front of my face. Booga 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 booga, I am music, booga booga, and I'm trying to hear music underneath it. Let's go on to confessions. This is another potential shit show. What? No! Okay, half 1 second into the song, and I heard the telltale signs of that weird bass again, and a siren sample. And the storm. What? It went out of time. Oh my, now it just sounds like some fucking juggalo shit, like with that circular synth thing going on in the background. It just sounds like creepy clown music. This song wasn't great on the album, on the original, and I mean, it's for what it was, it's cool, but actually it is a great song, and of course it has a wonderful bass line. Hey, this sounds cool. The mix is such a mess, dude. Hey, check out the solo. Because to be fair, the solo on the original one is it's really timid. It's timid and it's like cute in a sense. Let's check out the solo to the original Confessions, the guitar solo, and compare it to the new one. It sounds like, come on, hey, dude, give me like an emotional guitar solo, and then he goes, I got it. Some bends too. Hey, I don't just shred. I'm the complete package. Fidgety with the timing. It's like, yeah, it's like just fucking blah, 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 blah. And then overbending the notes. Ooh, but the real money shot of this song is that little bass lick at the end there. Check out that bass there in the background at the very end of that solo. Here. He was a really good bassist, Paul Gray. Well, I mean, that was intentional, okay? Van Halen over here. Nice, he hit that bed. He didn't go over the top. Cool blues move. Yeah, that bass also has like zero dynamics. It's just like bah, bah, bah. It's like every note is the same. Yeah, I had enough of Confessions, and now I'm really looking forward to this because, as I said, Some Feel on the original, still a great song, and yeah, I think as long as they hold true to the original arrangement, even with the programmed drums, possibly programmed bass, this rendition is going to be great. Because what is lacking in the original Some Feel is, that decent punchy production, which this, by all means, does have. So let's go into Some Feel. Okay, so there's a sample going on in the background, but not distraction. It fits the aesthetic here better than in, say, the previous song or in Bitch Slap. Well, what the fuck was that snare roll? I know that on the album, let's just listen to it. Here it is like, it's, again, Joey goes into just like super fast drum roll. It's not 16ths, it's not 30-second notes. It's just like as quick as he can play. And when you try to program that into a grid, you have to go for then 30-second notes or something. And it just makes it sound ridiculous. So originally it sounds like this. Here. And you hear him running out of steam. Da, 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 da. But here it's just like fucking... So far, bar the ridiculous snare rolls, no complaints. Jeez, my cats. No complaints so far. There's some sample going on in the background. It doesn't get in the way of the song. We had a nice, wonderful, little clear ear view of the guitars. You know, nothing too crazy. Just, yeah, keep it like this, and this song will be fucking great. Fine, a little shit going on in the background, fine. Reverse cymbal again. Oh, cool, it's a melodic. See, you know what? Wow, an improvement on, because, yeah, they added a little clean melody there in the vocal, which fits really well. Wow, where were these improvements in the songs? This is the type of reimagining that this album needed, not just whatever the fuck we've been hearing for the most part up until now. This was really good, really good. And it actually sounds like a band and not a fucking circus tent with every performer going off. Woo! Come on, y'all. Woo, woo, woo. Like in the background at all times. Also, vocals are really clear and prominent here. Great, great vocals. Man, I love his that lower range. I can't even do it. At least right now. At least not on camera. At least now that I said that I can't do it. Cool. Sounds like Mike Daffeder from Car Bomb. I actually do think that it's probably a guy from Chaosis doing these higher cleans, and that Anders just doesn't do them anymore. Like in this track and in the first track, we heard that voice. Yeah. Okay. Now. Yeah. This is it, guys. Very clear. Wow, dude, where was the creative minds behind the arrangement and production of this bit and this entire song? Fuck it. When it comes to the rest of the album, just listen to how concise this is. When it drops out, this part, in order to contrast the big boom badass part that comes next, this part needs to be restrained, and it needs to be, and just the restraint itself is enough of a buildup, right? It's got that great. I mean, all the foundation is already laid in the original track, sure, but still executing it like this. This sounds even more constrained and claustrophobic. Yeah, in the original track, fucking great. That filter on the vocals. Those diminished. What's that? A flat fifth. What? Flat fifth? What the fuck am I saying? And anyway, the thing, and then. Ooh, and then it goes into. Or maybe it just is the fact that this song is clearly the best song on the album. So this one was the easiest to work into a great sounding track. But yeah, this ending is fucking great. Take what they give, take what they give. So good. Oh man, that lyric, I think that's what I thought of in the yard work when I was doing this week. They don't know I'm eternal. They don't know they're just cattle. That's such a fucking cool line, dude. And then this final part. Wow. A little goofy at the end there with the super fast snare roll again. But it's fun. You know what I just realized? I realized that I forgot to record the screen for this entire fucking video. Okay, well, never mind then. That's awkward. But thankfully, it was just a Spotify video. Anyway, so Some Feel, great song. Best song on the album, in my opinion. And by far, best rendition out of all these. And then final song is Killers Are Quiet. And you know what? I always skip this one on the original. I found it just a worse version of Iowa. So I don't have much to say about this one, probably. Yeah, and that bass sounds just ridiculous. Okay. Well, closing thoughts. Closing thoughts for me is thinking about how much of this video is now shit and doesn't work because I haven't been capturing the screen. But then again, maybe it just works anyway. Fuck me. I mean, okay, so you probably, yeah, I don't need to give my closing thoughts. I've spent over an hour talking about my thoughts in real time while listening to this song. Cool, I think I'm going to listen to Some Feel some more and sort of not bother with the rest of this, but you know what? It's cool to have a good version of Some Feel on Spotify. Whoa, that was quite a something, and dare I say, ow! Come on, y'all!